Okay, folks, let's grab our Tambos and bow in. And that'll be the first little bit of theater I'm going to teach you. You're standing in front like this. Right hand yang, left hand yin. You hear ni. You come, bring it down to the side. Ta. You bow, and here comes the theater. It's like drawing a sword out of its sheath. You bring it up in front of you. Left hand right up against your right. And as you slide it out, you step out and give a little whoop. That is the first impression a sensei giving you a test is going to get from you. And as one who is given this test, I can look very quickly and see this person knows it. I don't have to watch them like a hawk. This person is going to have problems. They will get more of my attention. You show sensei that you bow in strong, and they may ignore you for the rest of the test. How I got this far. Okay, so again, I have a ceiling fan above me. Look, I have Rebecca here.
Yeah, she's better.
She is way better. So we're going to take a look at that first move. I paused her right there. She's in a cat stance. She has her palm corner cradling the end of the Tambo, right hand in yang grip. What I would do under these circumstances is I walk around the room and I take my Tambo. No, sit, John. And I will slide it down. If I happen to impact your fingers, that is a problem. Do you see how Rebecca has her fingers? If I ran my Tambo, if I hit her Tambo and ran it down to the end, her fingers would not be impacted. Okay, everybody, let's give it a try. You're already bowed in, natural stance. Step back into a right cat stance and bring that Tambo up. Ha! All right, stay there, stay there, stay there. Then move your left hand a little more out. There you go, buddy. Watch your fingers, as I told you. Same thing, Tiger Jojo. Give me left hand out further toward the end of your Tambo. Not all the way, about an inch left. Give me some angle. Looking good, everybody. Looking good. All right, come back to natural stance. Let's try it again. Oh, wow, I have Komokuten here. Excellent. Hello, kids. All right. You see on the screen, Sensei Rebecca, no, this is the official learning speed kata for Tambo 1. We're going to start again. Natural stance. Right hand on the Tambo yang grip. Left hand yin grip. Step back into right cat stance. Bring that Tambo up. Slide your hand around, palm corner. Ha! Looking good, Ben. I have to go all the way up and get close to the TV to get the detail. Much better, much better. I don't know if I have reverse.
Why don't you make Rebecca small?
Make Rebecca smaller? No, because I want them to see her. Okay, one more time, one more time. Natural stance. Step back, right cat stance. Bring that Tambo up. Ha! Looking good. Everybody's looking good. Okay. Make sure you can see the screen. Here comes the next move. I'm going to do the next series of moves. She loads 1, loads 2, loads 3 strikes, and that is a shuffle. She shuffles forward. It is not a step, step, step. She shuffles forward. Shuffles. You notice when she moved off of this part, She didn't just bring it down, she loaded it up. So starting from the beginning, everybody. You've just bowed in, step back, right catch stance, bring the Tambo up, support it with the left hand, no exposed fingers. That'll be the first hut. Hut. Step back and it's up. 3 downward diagonal strikes, shuffling forward. Hut. 1, 2, 3. Ben, that was real good and good use of your offhand. All right, let's do it again. Set up from the beginning. Step back, right catch stance, bring that Tambo up. Don't expose the fingers. First hut. Hut. Three downward diagonal strikes, shuffling forward. Hut. 1, 2, 3. Overall, good targeting, people. Good targeting. All right, reset. You'll sometimes hear the hand not holding the Tambo referred to as a dead hand. That is inaccurate. This hand is very much alive. This hand is a shield. It is the offhand that can be used as protection, and the Tambo can be used better that way as a weapon. So as you come down that eye with those 3 downward diagonal strikes, make sure that you keep your offhand engaged. All right, so we're going to do it one more time. Don't let it just drop to your side. From the beginning, step back, catch stance. Ha! 3 downward diagonal strikes. Use that offhand. Ha! All right, all right, all right. Reset, reset.
I got a question. Which direction are these diagonal strikes? Left, right, left, or is it right, left, right?
You are starting here. Now, just to make sure you know, because I'm not sure what I look like to you on your screen, I'm holding in yang grip with my right hand, the Tambo up high. My palm corner left hand is toward the tip, a little lower. The Tambo is, neither hand is over my head. The center of the Tambo is over my head. I have an issue with this right now. We'll get to that when we do applications. Your first strike is downward diagonal, left to right. Second strike.
Okay, thank you.
Downward diagonal, right to left. Third strike, downward diagonal, left to right. Okay? Here is what we have coming up next. She turns, upward diagonal, jab. Did everybody see that? Need to see it again, anybody? One more time. She turns her back foot. Watch her right foot. I'm sorry, her left foot. Turns it. Cat stance. Forward stance, forward stance. All right, from the beginning, everybody. Step back. Yang, right yang grip, block. Hut. 3 downward diagonal strikes. Hut. Make sure you load each strike up. Open up that back foot and then turn. Right catch stance, step up. Upward diagonal strike. Step forward, upward diagonal strike. Shuffle forward, jab. Everybody ready? From the beginning. And at some point we'll start in the middle so we don't have to keep doing the whole thing. I want those strikes to be separate. They start right, they finish right, and then you load up and go to the next strike. As senseis, we look at how you target and how you load every strike. At the beginning, one hut just to step back and execute that upward block. Hut! 1, 2, 3, coming down the eye. Hut! Open up that back foot, turn upward diagonals. 1, step out, 2 upward diagonal, 3 step out, jab. All right. All right, let's move on. Next move is interesting. You're going to like this. You see how she brings it around behind her back? Here is another secret. So you have finished in a right forward stance with a jab. Extend your left hand, thumb down. Put the Tambo right below your pinky. And as you step out into a side stance, bring the Tambo around behind your back, and with your thumb up, grab the bottom of that Tambo. And I want to, let me see now. Let me tell you what I look for here. I walk around behind you, Ben's figured it out. And I want those elbows toward the front. Point those elbows toward the front if you can, because I will come around the back and whack that Tambo on your back. If your elbows are in the way, it will hurt. Okay, we're going to start at the beginning. Block, 3 strikes down the middle, turn, upward diagonal. Just wait for me. Jab, and then come around the back and catch that Tambo at the bottom. Everybody ready? 1 hut, 1 direction, and that first direction, by the way, is just the block. Hut! High block, no fingers. Down the middle now, 1, 2, 3, hut! Okay, open up that back foot, turn. Cat stance, upward diagonal, hut! Forward stance, upward diagonal, shuffle, forward stance, jab. Should be a right forward stance, right jab. You are hitting, if you've targeted correctly, you're hitting the sternum of your opponent. Okay, as you slowly move toward a side stance, extend your arm, bring it, let's see if I can stay in the picture here. Bring it around your back and grab it at the bottom. No elbows. As much as you can, point your elbows toward the front of your body.
Take 2 steps back.
Yeah, I need to. But I want to see what they're doing.
No, I know, but when you demonstrate.
Okay. Everybody, yeah, I'm not seeing any elbows I can whack. That's looking pretty good. Sensei and Komokuten, excellent. Okay, so here we are. Watch what Rebecca does next. She lets go with the lower hand, executes in yin grip. Upward diagonal strike. Again, let's watch. And this is where I'm very happy to have Rebecca. You'll see that in a moment. Upward strike. This is a turtle stance. Did you see that? Let's see it again. Behind the back. Upward diagonal in yin. Yin block over the head. Stop. Yin block over the head in turtle stance. Ben, did you catch that? Komokuten, everybody saw that? Yeah, Sensei's there. Tiger Dojo, can you guys even hear me? Okay, good deal. Good deal.
So
Let's
in the
try
left,
that let's try that from the beginning. I am okay if you guys are not muted. You know, as long as there's not a whole lot of background noise, I am fine with that because I can certainly shout over all of you. Okay. From
so
the
when the
beginning.
left hand grabs it, it's grabbing it in the yin grip then.
Yes, that's correct. Here, you're behind the back. Let me see if I can. You see how my thumb, it points down, but it's my pinky that's at the bottom. So as I come out, in grip, and
Okay.
you're doing an upward diagonal strike. Let's try it from the beginning. Grandmaster Quinn made up this kata. Okay. From the beginning, just let me see that first opening right here, and we'll go on from there. Ha! 1, 2, 3. Ha! Turn 1, 2, 3. Ha! We should be at the jab now. Right forward stance, right jab. Bring it behind the back, hold it. Ha! Hold it there, hold it there, hold it there. Any senseis there, walk around, no elbows sticking out. Otherwise, on a test, I will hurt them. Okay, now we are going to execute in yin grip, left yin grip. Upward diagonal strike, then you're going to turn to the front, drop into a turtle stance, high yin grip block. Hi! That's it, Ben. Nice. Tiger. Yeah, I understand if you don't want to do turtle stance, believe me. Don't hurt yourselves. Okay, stand up. I never ever leave anybody in turtle stance for very long. My own rule. Okay. Let's see what Rebecca does here. Sensei Rebecca, I knew her when she was a little kid. She jabs. Going back. The Tambo's behind her back. Upward diagonal. Yin grip block and turtle stance. Executes a strike. Executes a back jab. We're not going to do that yet. I thought it stopped.
Sensei Joe, this is
Yes, ma'am.
Victoria. That after the turtle stance block, is that a strike or a block? That
Yes.
next move.
Yes.
Yes.
That refers back. That refers back to Sensei
There are
John's
no blocks.
class. We call things block, just like we call this a lower block. It's a strike.
There are no blocks.
Every martial move is meant to have a purpose, and that purpose is best served being a strike. And I know for a fact that you can think of plenty of ways to make that a strike.
Every block is a strike, every strike is.
That's true. If you heard Sensei John, every block is a strike and every strike is a block. There are no wasted moves. So let's see, we went, just watch me and I'm going to see if I can execute this without hurting myself. We're back here. I am in a side stance. Upward diagonal. We're then going to turn turtle stance. It's a rising block. The next move is going to step forward in a left side stance, and I do a horizontal strike. There's the block. I do a horizontal strike there. She pulls back, side stance jab, and we'll hold off on the funky block for a moment. In my dojo, we refer to that as the funky block. But like any block, it's also a strike. Okay. If everybody's comfortable with it, let's go to the part where the Tambo is now behind our back. Behind our back, remember the elbows. I'm watching your elbows here. Yeah. The computer.
No, I just, this way.
Let go with your right hand. Execute that upward diagonal yin grip strike. Then you're going to come back, turn, and drop into that turtle stance. Open up that front foot on that turtle stance, step up into a left side stance. I do a horizontal yin grip strike. Now I'm going to turn so you can see this next move. You've executed the horizontal yin grip strike. Take your hand, put it there, have the Tambo along your arm. I always set myself, because of my bad legs, I set myself in a cat stance and I lunge out into a side stance and I jab. And thank you. I keep the Tambo connected to my body. If you look, my hand's against my body and a good part of my arm is against my body.
I can't move them. I can't move them if it disconnect from your body.
Everybody good? Are we ready to give that a try?
So is the side stance for the horizontal hit and is then also a side stance for the jab?
Correct. All right. Tambo's behind our back. Elbows, I'm going to remind you of that. Upward diagonal strike. Let's slowly do this together. Upward diagonal strike. You can come back and turn. Turtle stance with that rising block. Remember that Tambo runs along your arm. Come up. Left side stance. I do a horizontal strike. I pull back into a cat stance. I'm loading the Tambo all the way over here. All the way over here. Slide out into a strong side stance and jab as you land that side stance. It is your body that puts power into that jab. Are we good? The funky block. There's actually a reason for this, and you'll see it as we get further, just one step further in the kata. The block, horizontal strike, jab. You see what she did with her hand? She's in a left forward stance. She jabbed. You're holding in a yin grip, the Tambo in your left hand. Your right hand is going to come around, reach across your body. And I don't know if you can see this. Your palm is actually out and you're gripping the Tambo like that. You're going to turn it around and come out. Notice that neither of my hands are over my head and that the Tambo is angled and your left hand is in an uncomfortable position. Did everybody see that? Let's try that again. Side stance, you've landed that yin grip jab. Right hand, reach around and grab the other end of the Tambo. Your thumb has to be in front until you turn, step up. She does it left. There it is. Try that a couple times on your own. As a general rule, as long as you're doing these katas until you get to middle grip, you're about an inch away from the end, whether in yin or in yang grip. an inch from the end. If you find yourself here, you have neither a middle grip nor a yang grip. Funky block.
Like a major, like a drum major.
And because it's a funky block, you jam that thing under somebody's chin or into their throat, it stops being a block. Okay, she does the funky block. Now watch, looks, gets low. That stance she got into there as she made that turn is a wide and low diagonal stance. And as she turns and completes that low sweep with the tambo, it turns into a turtle stance. Watch again. Strike, jab, funky block. She looks. Diagonal stance, boom, turtle stance. And you see that she took the tambo around and jammed it into a floor. All right, a few quick tips. And this is going to be tough for me to do. No, once you funky blocked, you look, bring that left hand over your head so that your head is now protected somewhat. Turn, a low diagonal stance as you sweep. Once you've cleared it, turtle stance. I know my back is to you. I don't know what you can even see.
It's a right diagonal stance and then a right turtle stance, right?
Correct. The placement of the tip of the tambo as you put it down on the floor is going to be just outside your right foot, and pull the top of the tambo back to your body just a little bit so it is angled toward the front. If you push that tambo top out too far, somebody can kick it out from you. So work on that a little bit. Left hand up, then as you come around. That's it. You're practically in a rising block here. I'm always open-handed when I do these things. But make sure it's above your head. Yes, yes, yes. And now pull it back. There you go. Ben, nice. Tiger Dojo, you're backlit. It's tough for me to see you, but what I can see looks good. Kumokuten, nice. Keep it. Okay, we're moving on. So, Sensei Rebecca. She comes down. There it is. Now watch. Rears back, comes right up through the center. Right up through the center of her opponent. All right, here's a little issue that I have that I watch for. If I'm coming up through the center, where should my tambo finish? Anybody?
On the back?
It'll be on my back. Well, all right. Let's everybody see the tambo. Can you see it from this angle? It's coming out of the top of my head. That tells whoever's watching that I came right up through center line in order to execute that strike. If your tambo ends up here, you missed center line. And that's what I see when I'm giving a test. So you basically have a tambo coming out of your head when you finish this strike. And when executing it, you will see, let's see if I can do this. She steps back, it's a cat stance, a right cat stance. She charges forward and executes that upward vertical strike. The Tambo should end up right over your head in the middle of your back, not off to the side. When I give a test, that's what I watch for. Let's have her do this again. Down, rears back, boom. Ah, now the jump. There are people who have no problem doing this, and there are people who have huge problems doing this. When I give a test, and I think most senseis agree with me, sensei is more concerned with the targeting of those two strikes than how high you can get up in the air. So when you do those two strikes, having jumped, they must be targeted to the front. One of them cannot be off to the side and the second one to the front. Yeah, a well-targeted X, loaded and executed properly. So for those of you who care about how really excellent your jump looks, you don't bring your feet, you don't bring your heels up to your butt, you bring your knees up to your stomach. I can tell you when I give a test, I don't give a dang about your jump. I am looking to see where you targeted those strikes. For those young people out there who want to jump and do this, face the other way, as if you just finished that upward vertical strike, turn to the left, jump, execute 2 downward diagonal strikes. Work on that. And once again, I care much less about the jump than I do about where you are targeting those 2 strikes. So here. Perfect. But I make sure I will land and then I'll execute the strikes.
X has to be, can't start.
Yeah, full on front, both strikes. You can't, one of them can't start off to the side. How's everybody? Oh, Tiger Dojo, nice. Look forward to seeing you guys next year at camp. Nice to be young, Sensei John. Sensei John said in his last class, and I'm going to bend, that looked good. I'm going to tell you now, I have no problem jumping at all. It's a damn landing. Sorry. All right, let's go back to where we were. Tambo behind our back. Let's let Sensei Rebecca show it once more. Nope. There we go. Behind the back, yin grip, upward diagonal, forward. That is a turtle stance, strike, funky block. She looks, gets low, sweeps and down. Pulls back, charges forward, upward vertical, jumps, 2 strikes to the front. We are more than halfway done, my friends. All right, let's move on. Upward vertical, she turns, jumps, 1, 2. We have another, this is where the ki comes in. She has jumped. She has executed 1 downward diagonal, 2 downward diagonal strikes. We now have another Tambo to just below the pinky. And this is a 360-degree turn, 360 degrees. It's going to come around. It's your left foot that is moving. You're going to turn, step out in right forward stance, and you are executing a poño strike. Some people call this the butt of the Tambo. Poño strike, put it into the forehead, put it into the nose. There's your application for that. Okay, let's try it again. Yeah, I'm fully aware.
They can't see your whole, yeah, okay, good.
Here. All the way around. And down. I did it opposite. That was a mirror image. Yeah. And this is the ki. This is the ki right there. You want to have it come into your opponent's forehead or nose. Okay, so try that. It is, yeah, you finish in a right forward stance.
Here,
Right. Turn, turn.
you turn the woman. She's got it.
She's got it. That's the point. Sensei Rebecca has it. Let's watch her do that again. I can tell you this, that hurts when I do that. Strike, jump, 1, 2. She's in a right forward stance, comes all the way around, steps out, right forward stance. And that was the ki. Does everybody have that? Any questions? When you bring that down, once again, if you watch Sensei Rebecca, watch me, that's coming down right in front of your face. Don't be off to the side, straight in front of you. And if I'm giving that test, I am looking to where that's placed. Too low, too high, no, right in front of your own face. Your opponent is the same size as you, is the default when we do these. Around, comes up, right forward stance, that is a ki. She turns it over and does a back jab in left back stance. Left back stance, that's it. Then raise the Tambo up a little bit higher. There we go, that's the spot. Tiger, looking pretty good. Back stances, back stances. Komokuten. All right. How's it going over there in Komokuten, Sensei?
Are there any like specific in between stances as you're spinning 360?
I'm not the best person to ask. I have bad hips and bad knees, so my stances stumble through this. And your best bet, if you want to really see the footwork, is to go to this very video I'm showing right now, and I'm happy to show it again. But I sort of, sure.
Just so everybody knows, this video is available at learning speed where she's facing you, learning speed where she's walking away from you, and learning speed where she is from the side. So it's available, and then performance speed. It's available in four versions.
Yeah.
We're just showing one.
We're just
Available
showing
on
one.
the website in 4 versions.
She
So it
does.
looks like a bunch, yeah, it looked like a bunch of like cat stances chained together almost.
Yeah.
I think you end up pivoting 360 on the ball of one foot. So let's see. Because I just looked for that myself. Her right foot, she pivots around almost all the way, ends up in a right cat stance, and then steps forward for the forward stance. Did you catch that?
Kind of, I think. Yep.
Kind of. Again, I am a big fan of watching videos. I can't I'm not physically capable anymore of reps, constant reps. It begins to hurt terribly. But I was a big student of videos and I would watch them very closely and say to myself, I could do that once or twice. So that's where we are with that. Okay, moving on. Jumps. 360, ki right there, remember. That is a ki. You want sensei to be impressed? Loud ki. She turns it over into a yin grip on the right hand, backs up into a back stance and jabs to the back. And she is always turning her head. She knows where her opponent is. She sees her target. And as soon as she makes contact, she looks to where her next move is going to be. She's done that back stance. She turns, looks to the front, turns the Tambo over into yang grip, and does a big home run downward diagonal strike in right forward stance. And she has her free hand up. She's protecting the right side of her face as she executes that strike. And yeah, that is a full commitment strike. I call that the home run strike. Try that a few times.
So from the last butt strike, you turn it back into yin and then almost immediately back into yang?
Correct. Yin grip, back jab, back stance. You're going to turn it over. Around my head, I step up into a right cat stance. And honest to God, this is a big wind up and bring it down. Downward diagonal, right to left. That is a big strike right there. Practice that just a couple times, then we'll go to the umbrella blocks. How am I on time? Oh, good. We're in good shape.
See your hair. You can see it. You don't have it.
It's the hair you don't see. All right. Watch these umbrella blocks. This is, you're doing with, what you have to watch her feet in particular. She is doing a cross in front as the Tambo comes up. So watch her feet. I know it's tempting just to look at her hands. And there is a horizontal strike that you saw. All right, so you're back at the Poño strike. You've done your ki. Step up, left cat stance, bring it around. Boom. Don't feel right. Back jab. Boom. Right forward stance. There we go. Went a little too far ahead there. Poño strike. Ooh. How's everybody doing? Do we need any more review before we go forward?
One more time, please.
You want to start from the Poño strike right here?
Yeah.
That's fine.
And after that, could we run it from the beginning as well? I think I may be forgetting the first couple moves.
You bet. How's everybody doing? Back jab, bend, boom. Cross in front. This is horizontal. If I were you, Ben, on that one, when you do that horizontal, I would have your offhand low instead of high. That's the only, and I know I'm being picky. It was a really nicely executed. Come around. Boom, there you are. Yeah, you don't, one thing you don't want to have happen as you execute strikes is you have your free hand out, and this is going to be important later, as you'll see, is to end up trapping it where it no longer does you any good. This hand is always moving. The offhand is always moving, always free, and you'll bring it in and take it out. You want to be where your tambo isn't. Okay, from the beginning, people. From the beginning, this is going to be one hut, one direction. The first hut will just be that first move. And once again, I'll be looking at your fingers. Hut! Step back, bring it up. Good, good. You want the middle of the tambo over your head. Don't have any hands over your head. 3 downward diagonals. Hut! 1, 2, 3. Okay. Open up that back foot turn. Upward diagonal jab. Hut! Looking good. Looking good. Okay. On this hut, you're going to bring that tambo around. You're going to move into a left side stance. The tambo is going to be behind your back. You're going to grab it, the lower part of the tambo, with your left hand. Hut! I'm watching your elbows. I'm watching your elbows. Good, good, good. Okay, this next set. Upward diagonal, bring it down into a rising block yin grip strike in turtle stance. Step up. Horizontal strike, front jab. Hut! Boom. Boom. That's it. That's it. Looks good. Wait, wait, wait. We're going to wait on the funky block. I see you getting ready there, Ben. Tiger Dojo looking good. All right, Kumokuten. Okay, reach around with that right hand and grab the end of the tambo. Forward stance, funky block. Hut! Okay, remember, you want your head under the middle of the tambo. If you have your hand too close to your head, that becomes the target. This next set, you're going to get low. You're going to sweep underneath. And then you're going to stand and jam that tambo down. You're in a turtle stance and jam it, the tip down to the floor. Hut! Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Ease yourself up, rear back, cat stance, right cat stance. Then push out hard, upward vertical. Hut! Finish it right there. Remember, that tambo is coming straight out of the top of your head. This is the jump, folks. Remember, we care more about targeting than we do about your jump. Jump, turn, downward diagonal, downward diagonal. Hut! 1, 2. Nice. Nice, nice, nice.
Look at how perfect her horizontal.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And the one thing I miss about remember where you are, relax for a moment. The one thing I miss about being in person is I pay a lot of attention to hand position. And let me see if I can briefly explain. You don't want to end up a horizontal strike like this. If this tambo impacts a solid object, it will fly out of my hands, because we learned from thumb escape that this is the weakest part of my grip. My hand is turned. so that I am better able to hold on to the tambo as I hit my target. If you look at Sensei Rebecca right now, you see how straight her arm is. You see how straight out the tambo comes.
You can't even tell if it's in the banner. It's perfect.
It's perfectly aligned.
It's blending in with the bottom of the flag.
It is, yeah, and the flag is up there level. So that's a real testament. Okay, so let's see. We finished up here, we jumped. Okay, this is the 360. Bring it to your palm corner. Come around 360 and execute the Ponyo strike. Hut! And that is a Kiai. There we go. I'm glad I heard somebody. Turn it over, back jab, then turn it over again, big home run strike. Hut! Everybody got that? Okay, umbrella block, horizontal, horizontal. Hut! Then lower that just a little bit. If you had a mirror, you'd know what I'm talking about. There you go, Ben. That's nice. Turn that wrist over so the back of your hand is toward the camera. And no, wrong way. That's it. That's it. I saw you looking at your watch, Joe. All right, people. Congratulations. We are at what used to be the toss. I'm going to show you what Sensei Rebecca does now, and it is not the way I learned, and I am totally okay with this. Watch what she does. Executes the six turns, hands it to herself. No toss anymore. Again, I am totally okay with that. I can also show you a trick to make that exchange easier. It is an old person trick, but I don't see any old people here, so I may not teach that to you. I'll show you later. Watch Sensei Rebecca again. Horizontal strike. Hands it to herself as she stands on her right leg. Her left leg is up in a kicking position. She has turned, and the trick to this, watch her feet. Watch her feet to make this work so you don't fall down. Horizontal strike. She does it the hard way. I'm going to teach you this trick. So, yeah, I know. Open up your back foot. Turn it out. That allows your hips to come around. I'm not doing it right. Hold on. Doesn't feel right. I have never handed it to myself before. I have always tossed. Yeah, that's it. Right forward stance. Open up that back leg. Turn your body before you hand off. Hand off and come up. Now, I want to show you something here. Again, this is something I watch for. Other senseis, less so. I can't say, but I can tell you I watch for this. There's the umbrella block, right forward stance, horizontal. She loads up. So she is on one leg. Let me see if you can see me. She is on one leg. She's just done the handoff, but she loads up. She loads up before she comes down. She loads it back to her ear before she comes down into her X stance with a reinforced block. It's an X stance, left leg behind, no, right leg behind. Right leg behind, X stance, right leg behind. I make it a point of getting my body turned before I execute that handoff. Otherwise, you find yourself with your leg up in the air and you don't feel you're facing the right way. So the trick is align your feet. And X stance. Now, what you can't see is the way she executes with her hands. And I'm going to put it in front of you now. I tend to like open hand a lot. So I'll be like this. Some people will wrap around it, but it makes no difference. You're pushing down and the tambo is directly in front of you. It's a reinforced block. And this is one of those where I may argue its value in applications, but we could probably find something. Okay. Work on that a bit. Work on that handoff. Be grateful for the fact that it's not a toss anymore. That's it then. You an X stance? I can't see your feet. Were you an X stance? Okay. Looks good. Looks good. It's a good group. Right.
Wait, so when you're doing the handoff, so first the left hand grabs it, then you load it with like the right hand doing the counterweight or like
Correct.
the thing?
Make sure you put that left hand back up by your ear. That's your load. I will watch if I'm giving this test. If you just do the handoff and then come down. Load it back up. And
But then the
bring it
two
up
hands
here.
converge together again at some point?
Merge your hand. I would merge. Let me see. I've come around. I've done this. When you're down, your right hand is up. You're like a salute. I bring it up here to my hand and I come forward. And this is a very powerful stance transition. And you're pushing hard into this with this reinforced block. I'm up here. I put it up here. I do my stance transition and push.
I think I'm missing a step or two from the handoff. The handoff, the hands are not together yet at that time, are they?
So what happens, and again, they have changed this over the years. The handoff, this is how I load. This is how I load.
Yeah, and then from here. how does
Yeah,
it-
you're right. This is how I load.
I
As I bring the tambo down, here we are. I'm saluting. The tambo's done a downward diagonal with my left hand yang grip. I bring it back up here to meet my hand, step out, X stance.
And then like that first strike that you described, what stance is that? Is that still like with the?
You mean the one-legged stance? The one-legged stance?
Oh, so this is like still at one-legged time when you?
Hold on. So when you do the handoff, you should be on one leg.
Mm-hmm.
One leg. Call it kicking stance if you want, but you're not executing a kick anywhere here. But you've got one leg up. Left leg, one leg. Yeah, not two legs up, just one leg up. You're going to bring the tambo back up to where you're doing your salute. Let's see Sensei Rebecca do it.
You can see it better on when you have the backwards.
Yeah, when you have the backwards one. Hand off. Boom, you see her pull her
Okay.
hand back?
So there was that one strike that I was missing that was still happening while I was on one hand. Okay.
Yeah, she'll do it now. Comes down, brings the other hand up, and then goes into the X stance. All right, this next move is really cool. Okay, so She has executed the X stance. She's going to turn. Now, do you see how she is? Let me move that back just a tad. You're going to turn. You end up in a right cat stance with the Tambo along your side. I don't know if you can see me very well. I certainly can't. Tambo, this should be from one of your basic blocks. You've got your free hand out as protection. Right cat stance. Everybody see that? Watch what happens here. You're going to see simultaneous techniques. There are 3 simultaneous techniques. This is something else I watch for. And maybe the most common mistake, well, I'll wait. Let's watch her do it. She did it perfectly. You see, she pulled back her right hand with a fist as if it was a reaction hand from a punch. The Tambo went out to her left and she executed a right snap kick simultaneously, once again. And the biggest mistake I see with this is people, when they pull back their right reaction hand, it's open. You're pulling back a fist. Here, watch. She does it very well. All right. Work on that a bit. That is much more complicated than she makes it appear. By the way, I got a message about playing the video in slow motion. Let me tell you that this is done at learning speed. This is, well, I don't know if we can, I don't know if YouTube, that's something I have to check.
Yeah, it takes a few clicks to get to the YouTube settings to do that, but like it's relatively close to the surface to do that.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I am missing somebody. Okay. Work on that a couple times. We are just about at the last couple of moves. Okay, 3 techniques at once. She pushes down, pushes up, and brings it around. Again, let's watch that. Again.
Okay.
You've got a right cat stance. Here's a little thing. In this kata, your head follows the tip of the Tambo as you swing it. That will change in Tambo 3. That will change in Tambo 3. For this, you are striking, you're looking at your strike. As you pull back your reaction hand with a fist, you're coming out with a right snap kick. And you're bringing it back. You're landing in. It is a wider natural stance. It is not a horizontal stance. Push down on the Tambo forward. You're in 2 yin grips. Yang grips here, by the way. Push down. Bring it back to your chest. Push it up and out. Now, here's a little secret. Do not let your right hand leave the tambo. Open up your right hand, just turn it over and grip. So now your right hand is in a yin grip. You're going to bring that over your head. See that? Over your head. Now it's by my left ear. My right hand is by my left ear. And I'm going to swing it around and smash my opponent's temple as I bring my feet forward. Pull in here, I push out there. Basically, like a punch. You have your reaction hand, you have your striking hand. You are going to be just right of center. You're right of center of somebody's head. You've basically gone through their skull. How does that sound, kids? Give that a try, and then we'll start from the beginning.
Oh, this
Is
is
that
showing
right?
already.
Right stance.
I didn't get any of that.
Who's the head instructor here?
John and Joe and John.
Okay.
Well, Joe mainly.
Oh, gotcha.
And my question was that final stance the like cat stance or something?
Take a watch. No. Oh, how did she get? Oh, she's bowing out. Okay, hang on. Nope. She just brings her feet together. It's an attention stance.
Okay.
And I don't have,
There you go,
there.
there it is.
Oh, man, I had a whole lot more people here than I thought. Think of all the people I've lost the opportunity to criticize.
Joe, you can criticize me.
Johnson, how you doing, buddy? Sensei Johnson, I'm sorry.
I miss you.
Russ, is that Sensei Russ there?
It's who?
Sensei Russ Eggleston. Man, I had all these other people here. I've only been looking at 4 screens and I've missed a lot of people.
To be fair,
I've
I
missed
only just.
Nicole.
I only-
I've missed so many people. Oh man, look at all the people taking my class. I could have been so nervous. Okay, everybody. I have new screens up, so I'm seeing different people so I can pick on you more. Hey, Sensei Russ, I'm gonna watch you this time, buddy. Yeah, good idea. Let's stop the share and get everybody on screen. And we are gonna change the view to gallery, gallery. Now I can see all. All right. Do I have everybody? All right, from the beginning, my friends, from the beginning. Remember that first impression. Add that little bit of theater to your bow in. You're basically pulling a sword from its sheath as you step out. Bowing in. Knee. Bow. Back up. Hands together. Bring them apart as your legs come apart into your natural stance. Okay, on this first cut, step back. Right cat stance. Let me see that reinforced block with no fingers exposed. Hut.
Step back. There it is.
Use your palm corner. If I run my tambo down yours, I don't want to hit any fingers. Nicole, move your right hand away from your head. Bring it out a little more.
Still hold the tambo.
Slow
All
down.
right.
No, he means move the entire tambo.
Down the eye, downward diagonals. Hut.
Step back.
All right. Turning counterclockwise, stepping up, upward diagonal, jab and forward stance.
Right. Good. Good jab.
For those of you in living rooms, adjust where you are to make sure that nothing gets hurt. Most importantly, you. Okay, bring that Tambo around behind your back. End up in a left side stance. Watch your elbows.
Step forward with your left. Step forward with your left. Other way.
Good, 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 good. Remember, point those elbows toward the front so I don't get to whack them. Okay. From this left side stance, upward diagonal in yin grip, and then turn to the front and show me a rising yin grip block in turtle stance. Hut!
Turn this way.
Good,
No,
nice,
other way.
Nicole. Sensei Russ, man, I don't know how he gets, Sensei Russ, Sensei Vicky, I don't know how you get in those turtle stances because you're not that far from my age. Okay, step it up, side stance, horizontal strike, jab. Hut!
Step forward. left.
Funky block. Hut! Turn that hand around. Nice, nice. Make sure you don't have your hand over your head. You want the middle of the Tambo over your head. There we go. Good, good, good. All right, now, just like empty hand kata, before you move anywhere, you look and you see what's coming. Otherwise, how do you know what to do? So look behind you real quick, get down low, take out their legs, bring it over and down and put the Tambo in the middle of their chest. Hut! Get low and boom.
Step down into the ground. Into the ground.
Joseph, you're in a turtle stance down. There you go, buddy. Okay, pull back, lunge forward as you bring it right up through their center. You are bisecting them. Hut! Okay, remember this, that's it, good. People are fixing it. The Tambo's gonna end up right over your head. Okay, remember, I don't care about the jump, I care about targeting. This is gonna be 180 degrees, jump, downward diagonal, downward diagonal. Hut! 1, 2, good. Okay, this is a 360 going around the back. You're facing me now, you'll face me when you're done, but when you're finished, you're gonna have the poño strike, the butt of the Tambo right into my nose or right into my forehead. Hut! All the way around, 360, boom! That's a ki right there, my friends.
Front thrust. Butt straight.
Okay,
Butt straight.
all right, turn that Tambo over. Back stance, back strike, shift. Boom. Turn the Tambo back over. This is the big home run downward diagonal. Bring it around your body. Right cat stance and boom, as you step forward into that forward stance. People are looking good. People are looking good. Okay. This is the umbrella block going around. It will finish with a horizontal strike to the forehand, to the backhand, then a horizontal strike to your forehand. Hut! Bring it around. This way, this way. You are now in a right forward stance. Okay, once again, we're getting ready for the exchange. Move that back foot a little bit behind you. Turn. Hand your Tambo to the other hand. Load and bring it up one leg. I will not keep you here for long. So I say, bring that Tambo now back up to your right ear. Yeah, I know, I see my fan. Turn down low into an X stance and push it out, reinforced. Yeah, this is a good group. This is a good group. Nicole, bring it back to your ear. One leg up, bring it back to your ear. Now come down, X stance, reinforced push.
That's it.
That's it, that's it. Good, good, good. All right. Now you're in that X stance. You are perfectly set up. Turn and face front. This is what you're gonna look like. Where am I? There I am. Face front. You've got the block with your left hand off one side. Free hand is out. 3 techniques simultaneously. Snap kick. Your eyes follow the tambo to the horizontal strike to the left. Pull your right hand back. Bring it back. Step down, boom. Boom, push it down, down and out a bit. Bring it back up to your chest. Up and out, boom. This is just about eye level for me. I don't know how high I would go. I don't tend to go this high. I'm at eye level right there. I'm basically going right under the neck of someone my size. Okay, take your right hand. Don't even leave the tambo, just turn it over. So now your right hand's in a yin grip.
Right hand. Good.
Turn, bring your right hand over your head. You're gonna look like this.
Good.
And as you bring it around and smack the poño, the butt of the tambo, against the right temple of your opponent, you bring your feet together in a tension stance. Nice, 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 nice. Everybody relax. Everybody feel okay?
And then the bow out is kind of opposite of how you would bow
Oh, you're
in.
right. Thank you for reminding me of that. So here we are.
At least, well, I'm guessing, right?
Now you've finished in yin grip, as you can see. And thank you. That's a good reminder. Once again, a little theater. Okay, yin grip, your hands are off to your side. Yin. Yin grip. Joseph, yin grip. Yin. Down, bow. And here comes the theater. Same thing. Take your left hand, put it as close to your right as possible, and step out as you slide that tambo out.
Down. Put your right hand.
First impression, last impression, you look strong. Try it again. Yin grip, right. Yin. Down. Left hand right above the right, slide out. And give it just a little bit of a push. You get those 2 good impressions, bow in, bow out, and sensei says, this person knows the kata. We are good with that. There you have it, Tambo 1. Let's start with any questions. All right, now I'll go, there being no questions, we're gonna move into some applications. 10 minutes is good.
Sensei Joe?
Yes,
After the bow, when you step out from here, left hand comes here and.
no,
you
no, no,
step
no,
out.
no, 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 no.
Okay,
Yin grip.
right in.
What's happening? You bowed. There you go. Here.
Okay.
And slide it out. Again, that's theater. No one's going to bother you about that.
Right. But which foot steps out?
Right foot always steps out on a bow.
Right. Okay. So
So
you're,
your right foot moves in, attention stance, you bow.
okay. Left hand comes to the butt of the
You
weapon.
Step out and you time it. Your feet and your hand move. They land together.
Okay, thank
And
you.
again, fear.
So the left hand kind of takes over for the yang. And the right hand slides down? Okay.
The left hand will still end up in yin. Right hand still end
Oh,
up
yeah,
in
yin, I
yang.
meant, yes.
Exactly as you started.
Okay.
Exactly as you started. Okay.
I initially got them backwards, but now I got it, I think.
Okay, excellent. All right, so I have, from an application perspective, a couple of problems with Tambo 1. One of them is for effective applications, you only want to use a weapon that's needed. You keep all of your weapons available. In this case, we know the Tambo to be basically an extension of your arm, an extension of your hand. The hand that does not have the Tambo has real purpose to it. So I've always had this issue with that opening move where I have both of my weapons being engaged. So if I'm doing applications and I want to show an application for this opening move, my left hand is not here. My left hand is out here. Let's see. Sensei John? Yes, yeah. I have a ceiling fan up here. Okay, Sensei John's going to come in with a downward diagonal coming from the right side. If I was up like this, he bounces off and whacks me before I can do anything about it. But by disengaging my left hand, he comes, I block, and I check right away. And I can push it down and strike. I can hold it and come in. But I have protected myself because I haven't engaged both of my weapons. Anybody need to see that again? Give it a try. That is your opening move. Again. Get offline. Really, that's the first thing, is get offline, use the check hand. My hand is right on his. And I can choose to hit his hand and disarm him, but frankly, I'm gonna whack him a few times first. Always take the easiest target first. Nothing need be done fancy, particularly if you're involved in a real honest to God altercation. And to repeat what Sensei John said in his earlier class, if you're involved in a real life altercation, there are no rules. Do not hesitate to really hurt the person who's attacking you. One more time, Sensei John. I am offline, I've engaged his hand, and the Tambo is basically the tertiary defense. My first defense was, I'm no longer here. My second defense is my check hand, I pushed him away. This is just to make sure. And from here, I can continue on with my strikes. Does anybody have any questions? Okay. You remember the move where you got low and you swept. I am not even going to try to attempt this. But what happens here is my opponent has a bow. We have just done a ki right here. He's coming at my head. Remember, I've turned just as an empty hand kata. Look before you go in any other direction. So I've turned, he's coming with a bow. I get low, I protect myself. I take out his legs, he falls to the floor, and my Tambo tip ends up through his back or sternum. You've gotten low, you've avoided. Your hand is up there just as additional protection. You've taken out his knees and you have finished him with the downward pointed strike. Questions? Okay. Let's see this side. Horizontal backhand. There. This is the final move. A strike. He didn't give me, he turned good. I'm now coming up between the back of his legs. That's gonna hurt. And I probably put his knee down there as well. Down, don't even need to do the up. Questions? There is no limit to what you can do with a weapon. The only limit is your own imagination. And I encourage you to grab some friends at the dojo and say, hey, I would like to try this. I thought of this just before I fell asleep last night. I wonder if this would work. And that is the best way to learn applications. Some that I thought of as soon as I tried to do them, even in the artificial arena of the dojo where you have a willing uke, you can see that, yeah, that's not really going to work. But I encourage you to grab partners at the dojo. I would like to try this. Does anybody have any questions? Sensei John.
I made this comment in the last class. This is training camp. I got a 1 green stripe and I got a bunch of black belts. And I got a bunch of kids and I got people at all levels learning things that they never learned before. That's what training camp is all about. The other thing I will say, I agree with Sensei Joe. When I'm grading a test way,
Hell yeah.
I can tell if I've got a winner by the bow. The bow tells me I've got a winner. It also sets your whole tone for the kata. The face, the noise, the tone sets the kata. The ki sets the kata. When you do that, ki, I don't have to look. I can be looking at another student. I heard that person is fully committed to their kata. The bow and the ki's get your mojo going, and it makes you do better.
Truer words never said. Once again, offer up for questions. Thank you, everybody. It was a pleasure to see you. Hopefully next year it will be in person. Make sure you come up and say hello to me. And if you're of age, I'll offer you a drink in my room. Folks, thank you again. Joe?
There we
If
go.
we have nothing else, Joe, you can shut us down. John and I are going to take off and grab a drink,